Hi, everybody. Doing a quick video, I hope. I always say that and I never do it, but about linking in Canvas. Let me jump right in. All right, so I'm going to go into a agenda because it's in the rich text editor that we would be doing this, right? And so what we know about links, I may have lost my video, but that's okay. I'm going to kind of keep going here. What we know about links, let me get into edit mode. And let me pop my rich text editor window down a little bit so I've got a little bit more space to work with. So what we know about links in Canvas is there's really two kinds of links. You can either link externally to something outside of Canvas or a course link, which is inside of Canvas. You can use this button here to get to your links options, or you can do your insert link option either way, no problem. So within this document already, I can see I've got different links going on here. So this one here, for example, homework due Tuesday, April 14th, that is a course link. I'm linking them to an assignment that I created. Slideshow is linking to a Google Slide so that they have my slides for the day if they needed to go back to them. Well, that's an external link. The link type I want to talk about today is internal or course linking. So you can see this is a course link. Actually, that might be my only one. And here's a course link. So really, when I'm linking to my homework assignments, when I'm linking to a different page, when I'm linking to a quiz, a discussion, any of those things that might come up when I go into my course link option. So all of these different things, these are my course links. Now, how we often go about creating links is to select a group of like a piece of text that we've already typed. We go, let me get rid of this for a second. We go to our linking option. We find what it is we want to link, and then we click on it. Okay, and that would link that text to that resource. Well, there's another way, and that other way, there's actually a couple other ways. I'm going to show you two. The one I wanted to focus on today is a little bit of that drag and drop method, but you can't just do a click, which is also super, super easy. But there's a couple benefits to doing it this other way. All right, so let me actually delete this text here because I'll put that homework assignment in there. So with no text there at all right, I am going to go to my course link options. I know that this isn't an assignment, so I'm going to click on the triangle to bring my assignment window down, but I'm going to narrow my search because, of course, I have heaps of assignments in here, and I know this is 11.3, all about decolonization through the lens of the Cold War. In sort of Vietnam and Korea. So setting them up for the Korean and Vietnam War. So two ways I can get this link over here. The way I really wanted to show you today is that I can grab this and I can drag this and I can drop it. You might not be seeing the action of the drag and drop when I'm recording my screen. It doesn't always show that, but you might see my cursor moving around. So what's kind of nice about the drag and drop method is that I can drop this anywhere that I want. So once I'm clicking and holding, I haven't let go of my mouse or my trackpad yet. Once I let go, it drops it in there. Okay. Now, well, let me show you the second way though. Okay. So I'm going to actually get rid of that again. Let me remove link and then delete. Sometimes I feel like it keeps the link there. So the second way is to have my cursor where I know I want the link to land. Okay, and then following those steps again. So I've got my cursor right here under due today at that bullet point because I know that's where I want the link to be. I'm going to go up here again to my course links. I'm going to find that resource by narrowing my search field. Make sure my cursor is back there again, and I simply click. And that drops that in there. Okay, so two ways you can go about that. The drag and drop is nice because then you can place that anywhere you want it to be, but the click is nice too. It's a single click and you've got that link in there. Okay, now either way you go about that, there's an advantage here that is kind of an unspoken advantage that I want to make sure that we talk about, and that is accessibility. Accessibility is kind of a big buzzword right now in the public school setting with technology. The reason being that they are beholden to new state law that requires everything that they put on the internet to be accessible or to meet accessibility standards. Well, what that does include is things like this slideshow that I have right there, that I've got that sort of written just the word slideshow and linked. Well, if somebody was working under sort of a document reader or visibility problems or something, that could be problematic. What is the better way to meet accessibility expectations is to actually make sure that the full text of the resource for which you are linking is there. So I've done this better down here. So slideshow, I should say 11.3 Cold War Hotspots presentation. That's the name of that. I'm pretty sure that's the name of that presentation. It doesn't really matter that much, but that's the name of that presentation. That way, if students needed to go looking for it, they know the name of the file they're going to look for. I've done a much better job here. These are the 3 stations resources that they're going to use, and those are the actual names of the files. That if they needed to go search for them, they could. Okay. So that's the advantage of doing it this way, in addition to the fact that it's so much easier than just selecting text and going to your resources and then finding it and then linking it. Just drag and drop or click, and the link pops into your rich text editor and you are good to go. And I think that's it. Hopefully this all makes sense to you. As always, if you have any questions, just let me know.